Hey Virgo, how are you doing? This reading is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Keep in mind, this is a general read. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. What is going on with the fabulous and most magical Virgos? What do you need to know? What do you need to see for your highest good? Present time, the Justice, Major Arcana 4, Libra, what's coming towards you, the Death card. Major Arcana 4, Scorpio, what you're focused on is the Page of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. In your blockage is the Hermit. Major Arcana 4, Virgo, your outcome is the Hierophant. Major Arcana 4, Taurus. Okay, Virgo, let's clarify this and find out what is going on. At the bottom of the deck, you do have the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands is about union. This can also be something to do with higher level of commitment or connection. I'm also getting a situation where there could be, as you can see with the Justice card as the first card out, this is your present time. There is something here that you want to change. Now, the Justice card is a contract between you and another person, but there's something about either you're being quiet or moving away from some kind of contract. And, you know, when I was shuffling cards off camera, I got that song from the Rolling Stones, you can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want, but there is something that you want that is new, okay? So with the Page of Pentacles is like new money, new focus, and a new goal. What is your new goal? So let's see what this Justice card is. Justice is about firm and fair decisions, balancing the scales of karma. It is also a contract between you and another element. So you can't always get what you want, but you can try, right? And then there is something about an ending to have a new beginning. Okay, so what is this Justice card? There also could be somebody who is like, look, and maybe you're saying this to this person where you've checked out of a situation and this person wants to bring something back into balance and make something fair with you. But with the Hierophant, this could have something to do with, like, let's say you are very spiritual and somebody's like, yeah, just come back, you know, come back to, you know, some kind of cult, or come back, bring in the sheep. I'm hearing bringing in the sheep. And then you are in the blockage. You're looking at something else. You're looking at something deeply. Okay. So what is this Justice card? So it almost feels like somebody wants to pull you back into a dynamic, but you're longing and desiring for something else. Now, this could be like any kind of work dynamic, a relationship, and the Seven of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. I just heard cheeky. Seven of Swords could be, yes, liar, cheater, stealer, thief. Something that's robbing your time, money, energy, and focus. And I feel like that's the whole situation where it's like, look, you can't always get what you want. And you can't have me. Something about you can't have me. Catch me if you can. So with that also, with strategy, you have some kind of strategy on how to get out of this circumstance or situation, or how can I bring in this change? Now, the Death card is, yes, change, transition, or transformation. This can also be something to do with, you know, death, sex, taxes, resurrection. Yeah, something here wants to be resurrect. Somebody has some kind of like reservation that you're going to comply. What is this Death card? What is this Death card? Could be dealing with a Scorpio. And the Six of Swords. This could be a friend. Now, the Six of Swords is about getting out of choppy waters into more smoother sailings, the light at the end of the tunnel. This is also about you expanding your mind or expanding your awareness. There is also an element of change and transition and releasing and letting go. Now, releasing and letting go of a circumstance or a situation, there's something about a private agenda. Somebody here has like some kind of private or hidden agenda. And with this Page of Pentacles being in your focus, this is about curiosity, digging up the dirt. Something here wants to be dug up, and you could be saying, look, you can't always get what you want. You can't have me. Something about catch me if you can. Can't have me. Hiding. There's something about hiding and secret. Hiding and secret. Let's see what this Page of Pentacles is. Page of Pentacles is, yes, adding something new to your routine to get a different result. And somebody here has been avoiding on like outrunning karma or outrunning some kind of contract. Somebody keeps like shrugging something off or pushing something back. What is this? So maybe there's something back and forth that you are dealing with. And it could be any kind of contract. This could be, you know, you and an ex, you in a family member. Because there is that Four of Wands at the bottom. This could be a dispute over a home, inheritance, and the Queen of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. Well, the Queen of Cups is about self-care and self-love. I'm also hearing something about like message in the bottle, a message. Longing and desiring for a message. I'm also hearing something you're longing and desiring for, like something spiritual, but this can also be something about a love offer, something about learning how to tap into your intuition. I'm also hearing something about learning about the people pleaser mentality, because Queen of Cups gets a bad rep for people pleaser mentality that's leading to the detriment of your own health. So let's see what this Hermit is in the blockage or in the reverse. Something about isolation, doing things on your own. You want to do something on your own and you're like, yeah, you can't always get what you want. So, okay, so what is this Hermit? It is also about hiding. You're hiding something here. And the Queen of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Okay, Virgo. The Queen of Wands in the upright is about sensuality, sexuality. This is also something to do with creativity, passion, and desire. That can also be something about physical attraction or physically something to do with maybe somebody only wants you because of sexy time here. Queen of Wands also in the upright doesn't give a flying flip-flop to the flip of what anyone thinks that he or she. They just take that bold, brave action. But there's something here that you are hiding. With this Queen of Wands, something to do with like jealousy or deceit. Because the Queen of Wands in the reverse is pissed off and angry. So you could actually be a little bit pissed off and angry at whoever you're involved in here, especially with that Queen of Wands. Like there's something here you do care, but you're hiding that you don't care. Because the Queen of Wands usually is like, I don't give a flying flip-flop to the flip of what anyone thinks of me, of she, whatever. I don't care. You know, I've got it going on. But there's something like a loss of passion and a loss of attraction. And with the Queen of Wands, there's also something to do with, not like just like a loss of passion, bored. It's like boring. Okay, so let's look at this hair font. The hair font, yes, could be government, federal, structure, the rules. Virgo, you got to follow the rules. Well, you're checked out. You're like, I'm bored with listening to something here. I'm also getting something about manage. Somebody is having a hard time managing and coping. How do I lure you back in? Okay, so what is this hair font? Now, hair font can be abuse of one's power, structure. I'm getting something about like the matrix, not getting sucked back into the matrix. And then somebody's here is like, how can I make this happen? The offer. It's too small of an offer, especially with that Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles in an offering, that's in your focus, is breadcrumbs. So somebody here is offering you a stingy offer. Can't always get what you want. Somebody wants you. and the Four of Cups. Yeah, boring. Four of Cups is emotionally withdrawn from a person, place, or a situation. And then here, there's bitching and complaining. See, this is Four of Cups. This is somebody who is a big fat distraction. It is also a big fat distraction in some kind of commitment, connection. Emotionally detached from some kind of commitment or structure. And you want to dismantle this and change the structure. So it's almost like you're being very rebellious at this time, especially with that Queen of Wands. You're hiding that Queen of Wands, which is Queen of Sass, right? Not giving a flying flip-flop to the flip. And that's the whole thing about confidence. You're never, ever going to be confident unless you do the damn thing. So this Four of Cups could be moving away from a mother. I'm also getting something about a complaining or bitchy type of a mother. So see how this child has their arms crossed here and the mom's like trying to negotiate. Somebody here is trying to like negotiate and you're like, no, I'm not taking it. How dare you? I'm not. So this could be with your actual parents. It's good for the family here, Virgo. You got to stay with the family. No. It almost feels like you're being a brat. Good. So Justice and the Seven of Swords. So Seven of Swords is my car salesman. My car salesman is somebody who talks a big story and somebody who is like either a verbal manipulator. So this person is good at noodling words. This is how they get what they want here. So what is this Justice and Seven of Swords? You have a friend around you who is very transformable, if I could say that word, transformable. And the World. Major Arcana 4, the fixed signs, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo energy. So karma. This person is a karmic. They want to birth a new cycle, but you're like, I don't want to have anything to do with it. I don't want to take action on this. And there is something about something you're hiding. You're hiding this fire. You're hiding this passion. I'm also getting somebody is like private agenda. Somebody's trying to like undermine you. And then this Justice card is about finding a nice balance, but there is also about strategy and making swift, quick movements to birth something new. With that World card, it's also portal. Union, change in structure. I'm also hearing something about, why am I getting porta potties? So, porta potties. Let's see what this Death card is in Six of Swords. Somebody here is avoiding on closing out this cycle. Somebody here wants something to repeat. And you're like, again, Queen of Wands. Again, there's a little bit of deceit and jealousy here going on. Queen of Wands is also a type of a my way or the highway. So just watch that your ego isn't getting involved here. Like, I can't always get what you want, but you can try. So you could want something all your way as well. And somebody might be trying to change that of like, can we get on board? Can't always get what you want. Yeah, you can. Okay. What is this Death card in Six of Swords? Could be dealing with an Aquarius. I'm getting something to do with a rebellious friend. So this person goes against what structure wants us to do, okay, in life. So this person's a rebel, or this is something about like being a brat here, Virgo. You're being a brat and being rebellious against structure because you want something here changed. Yeah, you do. The Ten of Swords. And see how this is being kind of cheeky? See how you're kind of like hiding? It's almost like you're pretending and just going with the motions, but you have you have your own private agenda of what you're doing. It's not manipulative or trying to hurt anyone. I feel like it's just an element of like somebody is trying to steal this passion and confidence inside of you. So that's why you're hiding this. And with that Ten of Swords is like, deuces, I'm out of here. This is a dead end. This is an impasse. This is an impasse. I want to pass. How do we get past this? Okay, so Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Now, this could also be somebody who you are in a relationship, and this is like mother-child dynamic. I'm also getting something to do with two queens. And when there's two queens involved, yes, this could be rivalry between you and your brother, rivalry between you and, you know, a mother here. This doesn't have to be your biological mother either. Could just be another mother that is a Debbie Downer, a complainer. So no matter how much you show up for this person, no matter how much you give to this person, you're going to get breadcrumbs in return from this. Crumbs. Okay. And the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, stingy offer. Somebody here is very stingy, but this is also the miserly card. This is somebody who is death grip to some kind of circumstance or a situation. Four of Pentacles is also, you know, you have been suppressing your feelings. I'm also getting something here is really pressing. It's pushing you to a growth cycle here. It's trying to push you. It's almost like trying to, like I said, it's like a push you through that birth canal. Four of Cups and Four of Pentacles is low vibrational energy and almost stuck in a pond. Now, going back to the porta potty here, Four of Pentacles is somebody who is constipated and hasn't taken a dump in a week. So something here is bunging up your flow. Four of Pentacles can also be, yeah, again, mother, child, father here. The need for greed. You can't always get what you want. Four of Pentacles also is some kind of old belief. So this could also be something of savings. Or baggage. Something here about baggage. Okay, so. Okay. I always get that old bag. Like, you just want to, like, tell somebody off here. Okay, so what is this Hermit and the Queen of Wands and the blockage? Can't always get what you want. Somebody really wants access to you. Okay. Or you want access to something here. Judgment. Major Arcana 4, Scorpio. Okay. You can definitely have Scorpio in your chart or be dealing with a Scorpio. I'm also getting something you're dealing with an Aries. Aries energy is, what is me, myself, and I going to do about the circumstance or the situation? Judgment is about gripping and holding on. So both of you are gripping and holding on to a circumstance or a situation. And with Judgment in the blockage, this is not letting go of a circumstance or a situation. Because this is also the Phoenix that rise above the situation. Phoenix, rise above. Letting bygones be bygones. So you're still pissed off and angry at this person, but there is an energy of like, maybe you want this person to believe that you've let things go, that you want to reconcile with them. And I feel like you want to reconcile with them so you can close this cycle out. Whatever this cycle is, it almost feels like you're faking that, yeah, I've let things go. I do want to reconcile with you. I do want to be your friend. And that's why I was saying about the hidden motive or an agenda. You're not doing it maliciously. You're doing it so you could close this cycle out with this person. I don't know if you're ever going to get it. Because with that Judgment, this is harsh criticism and harsh pressure. Somebody here is pressurizing you to follow the crowd. Follow this. You need to follow this right now, Virgo. No. And you're like, no. So that's why I said, you're being a little brat. And I like it. I like that you're being a brat because you usually do. You're easy, you're flexible, you're go along to get along, you know, no problem. No, I'm not doing it. See, and then he's like, follow the rules. You got to follow the rules here. You're not. Could be dealing with a Taurus too. Withdrawn from, emotionally checked out from something that is draining you. Now, this could be like draining your time. I'm also getting something here as a one big fat distraction. What is this? Hierophant and Four of Cups. And the Empress. Major Arcana 4, Libra, Taurus. So you could definitely be dealing with a Libra or a Taurus. I feel like this is some kind of mother or mother figure. Now, what I'm getting is there's two elements here. This Empress is a creator. This is also something to do with a person who is in a place of beauty, graciousness, and abundance. This person also is possibly their own business owner, or this is something that you're birthing here. I'm also just getting something about boring routine. Something here is really boring. And this goddess energy, which is the Empress, it's about, you know, fruition, love, happiness. This is also somebody here who is extremely fertile and beautiful. This person's stunning. Glow. Something here is glowing. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, and then you do have the Lovers. Again, change in union. How do I change this union? This is also about taking bold, brave action to get something to spin in your favor. There's like a spin or a twist. Now, with that Wheel of Fortune, it is also something when fate meets destiny. So, what is the best advice to... Well, I think you're doing a pretty good job of like pretending something. Somebody also is trying to get you lured into sexy time here. Baby. Like this person wants to have a baby or something. What's the best advice for a Virgo? Five of Wands. Confront of what you're so effing afraid to confront. Because this is my crabs in the bucket. So this is about you climbing out of a situation. You've almost climbed to the top and then you get sucked back into some kind of dynamic. Whatever that dynamic is for you. So this is also a situation of territorial. This person also could be extremely territorial. Again, kind of like, this is mine, and you're kind of saying, you can't always get what you want. And I feel like that's the whole thing. Or you might be saying to this person, what do you want? Well, I want to fight. I want to fight. I want to scrap this out. That's why the Seven of Swords is there. It's like you've been voiding, you've been like trying to like tiptoe or pussyfoot around this situation or somebody else. But you do have this Empress in the outcome here. Something about nurturing and nourishing oneself. This person is all four queens in one. This is somebody who definitely has their shish together. Withdrawing from the shish, and that's why I was like porta potty, like Five of Wands could be Leo energy. Maybe having a problem with a Leo. Leo is also pride and ego. And this person, drama, conflicted. It is also an insecurity, something about a deep-rooted insecurity. The Casanova, known as a player, has many women or men on the side, a walking red flag, performative, may use pickup lines, has an arrogant disposition. So you do have somebody who is, you know, quite performative. This person is putting on a good show, especially again with the car salesman. This is somebody who knows how to sell. So watch people's actions, don't watch their words, okay? Words are nothing. And again, that diarrhea, verbal diarrhea, watch their actions. The childlike one has a playful, fun spirit connected to inner child, acts from their true self, can come across as immature, may act aloof. And I feel like that this is may act aloof. That's Aries energy, because the Fool card is like no risk, no reward. Or like, am I foolish to step away from this, right? So there's something about you being like a little brat. And I feel like you have to. The obnoxious one, loud and boisterous, can be a lot to handle, speaks with no filter, can trigger or annoy others, may dress loudly or vividly, may be inconsiderate or rude. Yeah, Four of Cups is like annoyed. The achiever excels at everything, sets high standards for herself, can be a workaholic, wins contests and prizes, always comes in first, prone to high stress. So I feel like that's you. You want to come in first place. Or for, holy smokes, for once in your lifetime, you're putting yourself first. Finding out the truth crushed me. So, you know, I get a lot of people in the comments, and some people know exactly of what I'm talking about, and other people want to live in some kind of oblivious life of, you know what, I haven't made my life too small. I'm not following the sheep. I'm not following some kind of structure that I don't want. So step away from that structure, step away from what you think you want, and watch how your world just opens up. I left you before you could leave me. Well, you're checked out. I left you before you could leave me. And again, the rebellious. You're rebelling against what you usually comply with. And this person, I don't know what you're doing here. Whatever it is, it's working. I feel you even though we are apart. Yeah, so this person's definitely still in your energy. But you also have something else that you're birthing here. I lost myself there for a little while. And again, that's why you're in the blockage. It's like you have been following somebody else's path, okay? So this is about you all of a sudden just being like, whoa, 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 whoa. This is not the path that I want to walk. This isn't who I am. This isn't my true nature. But there's some kind of fear of pressure of what the world thinks of you or what society thinks of you, of when you take this Queen of Wands action. Because like I said, Queen of Wands don't give a flying flip-flop to the flip of what anyone thinks he or she. They just take that bold, brave action. So something about this action too. Somebody here. Shark, take care or there will be a loss of finances. A loss of material wealth. Well, family wishes come true. Scales, keep your life in balance. That's the deposits. So when you're looking at like, what does the scales mean to me? Scales are focusing on your money. Okay, great. Virgo loves focusing on money. You know how to make money. You know how to work hard. Your act of service is your love language. Got it. But what about the other things in your life that is still keeping in balance? This is, am I taking my breaks at work? Am I following, you know, the path that I'm carving out? Be the leader, not the follower. Ring, a marriage will take place, either romantic or business. There's something here about this Empress status. Somebody also could have some kind of like stature. Right here, this person also has some kind of like status. Now, they're also extremely abundant. Basket, recognition and reward for merit. And then Camel, persevere and you will overcome problems. So persevere and you will overcome problems. Virgo, leave me a comment down below. Let me know how this resonates with you. Like, share, subscribe. And if you want to book a private reading with me, you can also do so in the description box below. Click on the link. It will take you to the website and you can check out the options there. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.